So I've got a 99 Chevy Silverado 1500, two-wheel drive, standard cab, short wheelbase, base model pickup truck with a 4.3 liter V6. And the entire time it's running, it chirps non-stop. Chirp, 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 chirp. Drives me nuts. So, picked up a new belt and an idler pulley from O'Reilly's. And the truck's only got 69,000 miles on it. It's been very well taken care of. So we're gonna try to change that and see if that fixes the issue. Hopefully it does, and it's not like an alternator or something else. But I'll let you listen to that in here in just a second. Okay, so the way to do this is you've got your belt on. Down here, this is your tensioner pulley. And I don't know if you can see it here, but on the very bottom is a spot right there to fit, I think, a 3/8 ratchet. And you pop the ratchet in there and you put pressure on it, and when you put pressure on it, it's going to move inward, and that's going to relieve tension on the belt, and you can pop it off of the idler pulley. Okay, when you pop it off the idler pulley, the belt comes out. You can kind of just weave it out of the way and take this bolt off the front of the idler pulley. The whole assembly comes out. When it comes out, this is the old one. It's going to come out as the whole assembly. So you're going to have a retainer on the front, a retainer on the back, a bolt through the center, and then a little thin retaining washer with some splines on it. You take a punch and you knock those splines down. Once they're flat, you can thread it off the nut or off the bolt. The whole thing comes apart. You take the old pulley off and you put the bolt and the two retainers through the new pulley, and then you thread the washer back on, and you have to take a punch and knock it down so that the splines pop back up in the right direction, and that's what keeps that together. Put it back in place, tighten it up, then refer to your diagram, your belt routing diagram here on the front. There we go. So this is your tensioner pulley that I just showed you. That's the alternator, and then this is the idler pulley. You route it just like this, except for the idler pulley. You want it over top of the idler pulley. Then you put pressure on the tensioner with a ratchet, and that's going to give you enough slack to slide that belt underneath the idler pulley. And then when you release tension from the tensioner pulley, everything tightens up. So it's super easy to do. And this is the new belt. This is the new idler pulley. And no more chirping. Now I want to say that I got pretty lucky in the fact that changing the idler pulley and the belt fixed the problem. It could also be the alternator, which is a little bit more expensive of an issue. Could be the, you know, the AC pump. There's a couple things it could be. Hopefully, if you're having this issue, that it's not one of those things and it's just as simple as switching the idler pulley in the belt, which cost me about 50 bucks altogether. One more thing I forgot to mention, the idler pulley. So the one that I bought came just as this. It came, it's part number, I guess that's 38001. I guess that's the part number. It came in the box just like this, but new. They do sell an option that is the whole assembly. A lot of people are probably going to have issues with that little thin washer, because it is kind of a pain in the butt to get off. You have to make sure you get all those little tabs down in order for the washer to thread off the bolt. And I can see if you're, you know, if you're not super careful with it, messing that washer up, then you're in trouble, because they did not have that washer there. So if you can get the entire assembly, I would try to do that, because you just unbolt it and bolt the new one on, and that's it. You don't have to fool with like trying to gently straighten out that little washer and then try to pop it back out when you get it on there. And it is doable. I did it, but it could have gone south pretty easy. So if you can get the whole assembly, I would try to do that. That'll save you a lot of time. It's a little bit more money, but if you mess up that washer, then you kind of got a problem. So thank you.